If the body is relaxed, it will work correctly. So learn how to use all body parts. And see how I cover myself up from the side strike. It's important to understand that there are no real specific techniques. When you study the Russian system, do not try to analyze each technique and break it down into components, but just get the overall picture and understand the freedom of movement and how you would feel your own body and your partner's body. So in this case, what you're doing is just forcing your body to think. And instead of just trying to break things down into components and try to see if he does that, I do this, and so on.
Все тело должно работать правильно. Живое должно быть, опять же. Вот вы первый раз ушли,
So if you have two strikes, one after the other, you move away from one and then work with the other one.
То есть вот запомни, что
So when the movements come at you, make sure that your whole body moves correctly and not freeze up at any moment.
Я могу работать головой.
So then you understand that I can work with my head, I can work with my shoulder, I can work with my elbow.
И пора уже переходить к рукам.
Then it's time to move to your hands. You see how you can use your wrist, your hand, and your fingers. The whole body works. Take a look. It works as a whole, and then the movements are very powerful and solid. You can take it off from this hand and strike at the same time. There's so many ideas. The way it happens in life, the attacker would never go at you exactly the same way twice. But in our system, we never pre-arrange and schedule what kind of attacks will happen. You gotta be ready for any form of attack, because the main thing is your psyche. And that's why the skill of defending yourself in any situation is so important. When the person hits you,
Вы ушли, и идут движения. То есть как бы вот когда человек находится на вас, чтобы ваши вот удары, я потом покажу, как бить правильно, да?
when the person comes at you, I will later show you how to deliver proper strikes.
То есть вы должны просто знать, как вот эти все вещи, ну, как бы руки, они сами придут куда надо, ну что, хорошо-то.
You should realize that your hands, your arms will find the right position themselves. Sometimes people work very quickly with their arms. It's hard to keep up with that. What you would do here, don't reach for his body. Just see what's close to you. Hit him on his weaker finger and everything will fall apart.
Вы попробуйте его там ударить, в мышцу ударьте, он больше драться с вами не будет.
And while the strike is coming at you, try to hit his muscle and he will stop his attack.
Yeah.
You don't need to reach for his body. If I hit his arms a few times, he will have no weapons to continue the fight. What technique is stronger than? Just a few strikes in the... If you hit his points of support, for example, he will no longer be able to continue, and I'm not even striking him with my shoes on. The harder he'll hit me, the more his muscles will be tense. And it's going to be easier to affect the nerve endings. When the muscle is relaxed, it covers up the nerves. When he tenses up, the nerves are more exposed for a strike. It makes it easier to control him. There's the type of work that is called the deer, and
То есть, когда
when you bring him down, you really break him immediately.
вы уходите, раз,
You move away
ломаете.
and you break him. And you're learning, you're just watching and see how each body part can strike independently.